Good evening, I'm Greg Sharpe. Here is tonight's Sports Ticker. Another day, another practice in the books for the Husker football team. Afterwards, running backs coach Ryan Held addressed reporters and talked about the progress of his group through the first 2 weeks.
We're rolling, a lot of competition. We're grading every play. I like where the running backs are at, but we're not satisfied. We got a chip on our shoulder. We haven't done anything. We just have to continue to practice and narrow this deal down as we go, like Coach said, to find our top guys to get ready for Illinois.
Huskers back out there tomorrow. Our next media availability will be after the Friday workout when the head coach will address the media on Friday. Husker Volleyball announced 4 more televised matches for the upcoming season as Nebraska Public Media, formerly known as NET, has selected 4 matches to air. All of those will be conference tilts. The Husker women's basketball non-conference schedule released today. The Big Red will have 8 home games in the non-conference, highlighted by a visit from Creighton on November the 17th. Huskers will also travel to San Diego on Thanksgiving weekend for a pair of games, and they'll tangle with Wake Forest on the road for the Big Ten ACC Challenge. The Husker season opener November the 9th against Maine. The Husker soccer team getting ready to host South Dakota at Hibner Stadium. Their teams are lining up, getting ready to roll. That's, in fact, where we're broadcasting from tonight. The match is open to the public. It's free for the public here tonight. They'll also play North Dakota State in another exhibition on Friday. Check out a big league scoreboard. Finals from the day. The Twins blanked the White Sox 1-0. The Astros beat the Rockies 5-1. It was the Yankees 5, the Royals 2. Games that are in progress around the big leagues. It is, final now. The Mets have beaten the Nationals 8-7. 7-0. The Marlins over the Padres. That has gone final. Mid-4th, Cardinals 1. The Pirates 0. Top of the third, now they've gone to a rain delay in Philly. No score between the Dodgers and the Phillies. Bottom of the third, it's the Red Sox 5, the Rays 0. Top of the third, it's the Braves leading the Reds 3-0. They're in a rain delay in Baltimore. Tigers and Orioles can't get going. Same thing in New York for the Mets and the Nationals. That'll be game 2 of their doubleheader today. Top of the first, Indians 1, A's 0. Top of the first, no score, Brewers, Cubs at the friendly confines. Later tonight, the Blue Jays against the Angels. The Diamondbacks and Giants get together in San Francisco. The Rangers and Mariners will play in Seattle. Those are today's headlines. I'm Greg Sharpe.
Live from Memorial Stadium, it's Sports Nightly on the Huskers Radio Network, bringing you the best Husker sports experience.
Kubik sends it past me, Gonzalez. It's over the net. Shut back by Stivrins. It's in. They did it. Match point, Big Red. 15-10 in the 5th. Fighting back from the abyss, down 2 sets love. Nebraska claims opening night against Ohio State. 15-10 set 5. My goodness.
Lauren Stivrins is a great leader, and Lauren was talking to those guys through when we were struggling, and she got them to change their mindset. And then I think Lexi led the way, and Nicklin, and so those are the guys that got to do that. Then it was fun to watch. We played Husker Volleyball.
Sports Nightly is brought to you by the Nebraska Department of Transportation Highway Safety Office, who reminds you to buckle up and put the phone down. Here are your hosts, Greg Sharpe and Jessica Coody on the Huskers Radio Network.
Here we are on location for the first time here on the Huskers Radio Network. We're out at Hibner Stadium. They've got soccer, and it's underway. They just got the match going. So how about that? We got the ball in play.
I know. I'm so excited. This is so exciting to have sports and fans out here cheering on. It's a great crowd, and
it's a good crowd.
The ball is being kicked around as we speak.
Really good crowd, considering the student body's not back on campus yet. So first of 2 exhibitions, free to the public. They've got the concession stands open. I saw a couple of Fairbury brand hot dogs going by the window, made me a little hungry.
And love both uniforms. It's a pretty good uniform matchup out here today as well.
Yeah, it is. Both teams are, the primary color is red. Huskers in the home whites for this one. The Oaks are wearing their red. We'll keep you posted on that. We'll hear from one of the Huskers a little bit later on in the hour. We have a busy hour coming up. Savion Morrison was made available to the media today. Had a chance to catch up with him following the practice. Heard from running backs coach Ryan Held and quarterbacks coach Mario Verduzco. Neither coach really tipped their hand, Jessica, about what the pecking order is in the running backs room or who the backup quarterback is going to be.
Nope. If you tuned in today hoping to know who was the backup quarterback or who the number 1 or number 2 running back was, you didn't find that out today. But I think guys are beginning to separate themselves, especially on the running back. He said there's about 4 guys, but I think the 3 that they brought today are the guys that are going to be those 3 in the mix. But once you start getting into install and you're getting close to game week, you want to get those kind of starters locked in and start kind of figuring out who's going to be that group that you put out there. So I feel like we didn't know today, but we might know soon.
The 3 running backs they did make available were Marquise Stepp, Gabe Irvin, and Savion Morrison. We'll hear from Savion here in just a couple of minutes. That kind of gives you the feel that's the 3. And they did bring 3 quarterbacks up. They didn't bring Adrian, but they brought Logan Smothers. They also brought up Matt Masker and Heinrich Harburg. So those were the 3 that were made available today. But again, neither coach really tipped the hand, although Ryan Held did kind of say we're getting close.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, you got to start figuring out who's that guy is that you want to get those 1 reps for game number 1. With such a big one out of the gate, it's not like, you got an easy cakewalk out of the gate. You got a huge, important game, not only as a conference, but momentum, just all of the – it's just so important to get that win. And so you want to kind of start figuring out who that guy is that you can call upon. But they've got some guys that they really feel confident in that are going to be able to run the football. And as we've talked a lot about, just kind of embracing that message. They've got a chip on their shoulder because people are doubting them because they're young, quote unquote, don't have a lot of experience. But they feel like the talent is there, and they're going to be able to run the football better with this group.
The players kind of mimicked the coaches today, didn't they?
They really did. It was kind of the same messaging. And we played Ryan Held in the last hour, but he was fired up. You want to play for a guy like that. We want to be in that room. So, and they're buying into that. And it could be so fierce and competitive and such a battle, especially for these running backs. They want the ball. They want to be the guy that earns that number 1 spot, but they're supporting each other. When Marquise Stepp was doing his press conference, he was asked about how he did in the scrimmage, but he was really quick to point out how Gabe Irvin did in the scrimmage. So I think the way that they're supporting each other in addition to, battling, they have individual goals, but collectively as a group, they want to be a strength of this football team, and they have a similar group goal within that running backs room.
And Ryan Held was pretty complimentary of the 3 players that came up from his room. Different kind of spots, but he said good things about Savion, said good things about Gabe, good things about Marquise. That makes me feel good. If he's liking what he's seeing from those 3, I feel pretty good about that group, honestly.
And the way that Marquise has been able to, kind of get in, because he missed a lot of spring, right? He talked about making sure that he was getting the mental reps, and Ryan Held talked about that too, just the way that even though he wasn't out there, he was very, very diligent in studying and taking the mental reps and being locked in film. And so not only was the pitch count not as bad as they thought health-wise, but he's also been able to get right in there and get a grasp of what he's needed to do within this offense, which is not easy, kind of doing it for the first time because he didn't get much of a spring.
No doubt. Savion Morrison was one of the 3 backs that was brought up. I had a chance to talk to him after practice and started out. He's a birthday guy.
Yeah.
His birthday yesterday, and so we started out by talking about his birthday. The birthday guy. Did you get a little cake or anything yesterday?
Yeah, I had a little bit of red velvet cake. Yes, sir.
How old are you now, Tor? Are you 20?
No, I'm 19. I'm a young one.
You've been here a year and a half. You're just now 19?
Yeah, so I got a lot of football left, man.
You've been here a year and a half or so, but you've had trouble staying healthy. It looks like you're battling through that now.
Yes, sir. As time came, I learned how to take care of my body more and more. So I'm kind of I'm almost on the pro side. It's taking care of my body, but I'm getting better at it.
So how has the last 10 days or so been?
Man, it's been great, man. Just out there with the team, just the O-line, man, running backs. We just taking care of things. We know what we have to do. It's just been a lot of hard work, though. I feel like we're coming together more as a unit, though.
Do you feel like you've got a pretty good grasp of the offense?
Oh, yes, sir. I know the offense like the back of my hand. Like you said, I've been here for about a year and a half, and I stay in my iPad, so I know the offense.
Good. People were asking a lot of questions about that running back room. How do you feel about it right now?
I know it's a lot of competition in the room, and we don't have a guy yet, but I just know we wake up every morning knowing we have to compete every day, and we put in a lot of hard work.
Do you think people are going to be happy with what they see from your guys' group once these games start?
Oh, yes, for sure. For sure. We put in a lot of hard work. You got to pay off.
Scrimmage a couple days ago, how'd that go from the offensive standpoint?
It went pretty good, man. Like I said, we coming together like the passing game, looking better, running game. We more physical. We more as a unit, just more solidified as a unit.
We're at a year anniversary of the commissioner canceling the season. It's happened on this day last year. How different does it feel right now compared to last August?
I feel like we just feel more freer because, like, when they locked up that, they just start locking up everything. It wasn't football. Like, we could barely work out. We had to find it. So it just feel good to be free again, able to do a lot of things.
How exciting is it to play an opponent like an Illinois right out of the gate?
Very exciting. Like, just knowing that we get a chance to go play football, man, because like you said, it's been a minute. But, yeah, it's very exciting.
Where does your game need to get better? What are you working on right now?
You know, I'm kind of more of a speed cutback, so the only thing I feel like I lack in is just pass protection. I can get better at that.
Okay. How good of battles have there been with the defense during camp?
Our defense, they hard workers, fast to the ball, sound, it's just everything. So it's been a good battle every day. Every day it's a good battle with them.
Very good. Well, have a good camp to keep yourself healthy.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Thank you.
Still believe in a lot of ways he may be the most talented guy in the room, but he just has had nagging injuries. He got COVID last fall that knocked him out for a while. But he's going to get carries. I really believe that.
When I talked to Ryan Held this summer, he really kind of bragged on him and how talented he was, broke all kinds of records. I've said this before on the show that, you know, I'm from Oklahoma, was in Oklahoma when he was in high school, and you heard about him nonstop because he broke all kinds of Spencer Tillman's records, which is not easy to do. He's got his jersey retired, I think the first guy from his high school to have his jersey retired. So big expectations for him going out of high school. And when he went back and trained over the spring, he did a couple interviews, and he really was confident in that he was going to come up here, and he wanted to earn the starting job and felt like he had every tool to do so. And so he came in wanting to and feeling like he could and confident that he could be that guy. And so far, I think he's doing everything he needs to do because he's still in that mix.
Ryan Held mentioned 4. Those are the 3. Somebody in the chat room was wondering about who the 4th might be. I think it might be Yant. I think Yant will probably have a role, Jessica, in short yardage situation, goal line, late game when you're trying to bleed the clock a little bit. I would guess Yant's probably the number 4 guy, probably not ready to jump up in that top 3 for the most of the offensive snaps. But
didn't we hear Lubick say Ramirez having his best camp,
Ramirez
though?
having a good camp, yep. He's in there doing some good things. So, yeah, but Yant fills a void. It's just the one thing he can do, and that's kind of like a baseball as a closer. That's what you do. You come and get the final few outs. I think that might be Yant.
Yeah, would you want to bring that guy down?
I would not want to tackle him at all. Unless I'm the size of Jordan Riley or Damian Daniels. Then I probably wouldn't mind.
I would want no part of trying to bring that dude down.
Yeah. We're on location, having fun out here at Hibner Stadium. It's a warm night, but a good crowd has made their way out here. Again, tonight it's free. If you're kind of driving around Lincoln wanting something to do, come on out and watch some soccer. It's free to walk on in. The concession stands are open, so you can get a Pepsi or a bottle of water or something and a hot dog and enjoy some soccer. They just are about almost 10 minutes into the match, no score. I know South Dakota's had one shot. We have our back to where the Huskers are on the offensive end, so I don't know if they've had any shots on goal.
Well, see, the viewers on YouTube can kind of see the goal, see Nebraska's goal. Yep.
Yeah.
So
you may have to watch that.
We might need to tag team this. We'll tell you what's happening on the South Dakota end, and you tell us what happened on the other end.
Very good. All right, if you want to be a part of the show, 402-413-2400, the number to dot us up with a comment or question or fire off a text. And again, we do have the YouTube chat room up now working if you want to jump in there and have some fun with those folks. Our Sports Nightly Hotline is brought to you by the Woodhouse Auto Family, bringing you more choices in brands, locations, and service. Experience the difference. Purchase with confidence. This is Woodhouse. We're out here at soccer. We're going to talk a little soccer in the next segment. Hear from one of the Huskers as they get ready to embark on the 2021 season. All that's coming up next.
The game isn't just about winning or losing. It's about the snacks they share after they've used up all their energy in the field. It's the early morning practice before school and staying late after to get a couple more kicks in. It's the pride they feel for their team and the determination to always keep improving. Sure, the game isn't always about winning or losing, but when they've won the big game and celebration is in full swing, there's only one thing left for you to do. Get them home safe. Buckle up and back. Paid for by NDOT Highway Safety Office.
Hit us up on the text line. Text 402-413-2400 with your Husker thoughts. Husker fans, the 2021 athletic season marks the beginning of mobile tickets for Husker sporting events. Tickets and parking passes for all sports will be available for download in your ticket account on the official Huskers app. It's a safe and easy way to guarantee your entry into some of the most exciting sporting events around. Simply download your ticket from your ticket account or the Huskers app and save to your mobile phone wallet before you leave home. Scan at the gate and enjoy the game. Go Big Red!
Back to Adventures in Technology. Look away! A runaway train of IT problems is bearing down on our brave IT hero. But wait! It's Marco's Technology Assessment to the rescue with life-saving IT strategies. Our hero's technology issues are derailed. A tip of the hat to Marco. And our hero rides into the virtual sunset of our WebEx background. For more successful IT adventures, go to marconet.com.
Does it really matter where beef comes from? Meet the facts. Fact: Hy-Vee Choice Reserve beef comes from the Midwest, so you get only the highest quality beef raised on family farms here in the heartland. Where do the other guys get their beef? We're not sure either. Get the facts at meetthefacts.hyvee.com.
Trade in and trade up at Woodhouse today. Experience our wide range of inventory from our 16 different locations and 18 different brands, where we're sure to have a vehicle for you. Locate your vehicle online at woodhouse.com and shop your preferred dealership. And we make it convenient for you with the option to finance and buy online from the comfort of your own home. Visit one of our convenient locations closest to you or shop all of our inventory online at woodhouse.com today, making car buying easier. This is Woodhouse.
Did you ever buy something and get more than you expected? Emeritus offers insurance, employee benefits, and financial services, but we deliver so much more. The comfort of a human voice when you need it, the confidence of flashing a beautiful smile, the relief that your family can keep living the life they love, the serenity of knowing you've planned well and can enjoy life. That's what we really deliver. We call it fulfilling life. Emeritus, insurance, employee benefits, financial services, and much more.
Stadium seats may have been replaced with recliners. Tailgates outside the stadium may have been swapped for the ones in the backyard. And thousands of screaming fans have been replaced by one screaming baby. The only thing that hasn't changed is us, watching the game together.
It's game time, baby.
Show off your Husker team spirit during your next virtual watch party. Visit Cox.com/Huskers to take a selfie with Herbie. And don't forget to share. Watch together, cheer together, take a selfie together, even if you're not actually together. Cox, bringing us closer. Buckle up, put that phone down. It's a reminder from the NDOT Highway Safety Office. Greg Sharpe Jessica Coody at Hibner Stadium watching a little Husker soccer. Their exhibition match here tonight. Warm night. They're about 15 minutes into the match. No score yet out here. They'll have another one, free one, on Friday at North Dakota State if you want to make some plans. Come out and watch some action. And, again, really nice crowd out here. Somebody on our text line want to know if we've seen the athletic director here tonight. I can't see everybody that's here tonight. I don't see him, but that doesn't mean he's not here. My guess is he may pop in here at some point in time.
What a beautiful stadium, beautiful facilities. I'm so blown away. I've driven by, but I haven't been inside. So this is awesome. The field looks great. And especially considering they've been practicing on this for 2 weeks, been out here a bunch. It looks great.
Sure does. It's in great shape. And they take a lot of pride in this, keeping this in good shape. And, you know, the soccer team used to practice some over next to Memorial Stadium, but that field is gone. It's completely been taken apart for the new football facility, so they're completely out of here now to go through their practice sessions. So this field is getting a lot more use than it had been before the construction project happened over there. You had a chance to talk to a couple of players. We heard from one, Grace Brown, in hour number one, and in both of the players you were talking to this week are both seniors on this Husker team.
Yeah, and Teresa Pujato, we mentioned how great of an interview Grace Brown was. Teresa, same thing. She was the Big Ten Scholarship Award recipient, a Big Ten Distinguished Scholar, wants to go to nursing school. Just very, very impressive, and has played a big role. The role has continued to grow and grow and grow. But back to take advantage of the COVID year and wants to get this program back to the winning ways. Well, Teresa, I want to start with you. A big award, big honor for you in the spring with the Big Ten Sportsmanship Award. Take us through that. Like, what did that mean to you, and how special that was for you?
Yeah, I mean, it was really cool. I was not expecting that at all, to be honest. I remember I got on Twitter and saw it, and I was like, oh my gosh, like, this is really cool. And I think that award just, like, speaks to character, and, like, it was really humbling because I think of, like, all the girls on the team, like Grace and all the girls in my class who were, like, just as deserving, if not more. And I was like, wow, like, what a gift to be, like, given that award. So it was really cool. It was a cool moment, and my team was super supportive. They were like, oh my gosh, congrats, and the staff and everybody was just congratulating me, and I was like, oh, thank you. So it was a cool moment to have like everyone say congrats and to receive that. It was cool.
Yeah, and all of the Big Ten, that's awesome. You're also a Big Ten Distinguished Scholar, so beyond just being, you know, a athlete, how important is the student part to you as well?
Yeah, I mean, it's super important. I'm planning to like go to nursing school after soccer and all that stuff, so nursing and the school that goes into that is like going to be intense. So I think being an athlete and learning the discipline early will be really advantageous to me in my future. So it was important to like take grades seriously and all that stuff, like form the good study habits. So it's definitely helped being a student athlete. I think going into the medical field, like being a student athlete gives you kind of an edge on other people because you learn hard lessons that other students might not get.
Okay, let's talk some soccer. You've got two exhibition games coming up this week. How ready are you guys for this? How exciting is this time?
We are all just so excited. Like, it's been forever since we've had like a normal fall season. So to finally have a crowd again, to finally be able to play under the lights again and just like have the fall environment and experience, like we were all just like geared up and ready to go. And our training camp has been it's been going well, and there's just like a lot of like positive energy that our team has, I think, unlike any other year we've had before. So to have that kind of energy going into these two games is really exciting, and we're excited to show what we can do this year.
Yeah, take us back to kind of day one leading up to training camp and getting this started. What was the messaging, what was the goal of this team that you kind of wanted to make sure that this is how we're going to attack training camp this time around?
Yeah, so we had all of our meetings on the Monday, and then we traditionally have like just a group, like just the team gather together, and we have like our little group talk. And it was really special this year because a lot of people stepped up and were talking. So we had like me and Grace as the captains kind of leading it, but to have like other seniors and juniors like stepping up and like partaking in the conversation was really special. And I think this year we just were like, okay, it's a fresh start. Like, we get a new chance. Like, with the whole COVID season, like, we learned, like, you can't take anything for granted because nothing is guaranteed. And so having, like, that mindset and going through the COVID season, I think just has kind of transformed how we look at, like, this fall season that's coming up. So just energy, excitement that we get a season is really what we're taking into this.
What's the competition been like between just this team?
It's been good. Like, it's exciting to have like just like competition within the team. I think in the past few years, like, some people have gotten a little comfortable. So to have like this influx of new freshmen and new talent with the goalkeepers as well, to just have that within the squad competition, I think has really like pushed the level. And I think you're going to see that this year on the field, just how we play and our mentality even. It's been good.
How much has your game even grown just with the competition that's taken place?
Yeah, I think even just within the week, like seeing everybody finally together, you just like go into practice with a different mindset. Like, you have to reset each day, and you know, each day go into it like, okay, I'm going to be the best at this, this, and this today, and have like your list of 3 things. And if one of them doesn't go well, you're looking at your second thing and you're like, okay, like now I'm going in to be the best at this. So to just like train, like being mentally on top of it, I think has helped a lot of people, which I think you'll also see on the field this year just with our mentality and everything. But it's been good. It's been tough competition, but that's what's going to make us the best.
So you guys have obviously been good defensively at shutouts last year, but how do you generate more offense? What roles do you guys play in helping that?
Yeah, I'm more of like a defensive center mid, so I definitely have a role more in the defense, but if we can shut down their attacks and then get some transitions going forward, that's how we can generate more attacks. And we've got speed up front, so just getting the ball to the fast players and sometimes just letting them do their thing is the best thing that the defense can do for our offense.
Has that been a focus, this kind of training camp, to generate more goals, more offense than what you guys had in the spring?
Yeah, definitely, for sure, which is exciting to train like with more of an attacking mindset instead of always defensive. So I'm excited to see that play out on the field.
So you mentioned, a lot of freshmen newcomers. Give us a player to watch that, I know there's a lot of them, but, for fans that might be listening in, maybe going to watch for the first time, they know everybody that's coming back, but a newcomer, a new face, somebody maybe to be on the lookout for.
That's so tough because they're all so good at, oh man, that is really hard. Who am I going to say? I don't want to just single one of them out because they're all amazing, but if I had to pick one, I would say watch out for Sarah. I think she's going to be really good, and she's Nebraska native, so that's really cool, just having a homegrown Husker. So watch out for Sarah, guys.
That's awesome. Do you guys have as a team a style of play or kind of a mentality, a motto that you want to take out, each time you take the pitch?
Yeah, I think just doing it for each other has been a focus for us this year, and just really finding strength within one another and building each other up is something that I think is really special for this year because, Grace and I this is our 5th year now, and we weren't actually supposed to get a 5th year. So to have another chance, we just want to give it everything that we can, and not only for each other, but for these new girls that are coming in, for the 2nd and 3rd year girls. Our job as captains is to lead for them, and what a great opportunity to have one more chance to do that. So really just doing it for each other.
Very cool. It's hot. How are you guys, how do you manage that? How do you battle that?
Bridgie, our assistant coach, is so on top of us staying hydrated. We'll be in a walkthrough, and John is sometimes in the middle of saying something, and he'll just pipe in. He'll be water break, and we just break and go and get water. So Bridgie is so good about staying on top of that. And then our nutrition staff is amazing. Lisa Kopecki is supplying us with drip drop and smoothies and watermelon after practice, all the things you could imagine. She is just supplying us with everything we need to make sure that we're maintaining our abilities and stuff and just staying hydrated because it is hot out. But
it is very hot.
It's kind of miserable.
2 exhibition games. So before this thing gets, going for real, what needs to happen for Nebraska soccer, these 2 exhibition games?
Yeah, I think just going out there with some fire and some new energy. I think last season it was kind of draining just with everything going on. So going out there with new passion and just looking for some good chemistry within our team, I think will be really important things. And then also just scoring some goals, playing soccer, just good old-fashioned soccer.
Good old-fashioned soccer. 2 really impressive players that I got to talk to today. And you heard her talking about, Sarah Weber, the Nebraska kid, 2-time Gatorade Nebraska Soccer Player of the Year. They're really excited about her. She's been, competing really well already at this level, and we've been watching a little bit back and forth. It is physical out there.
Both teams getting after it, right?
Yeah.
That's good. It's a fun sport, and I think this team has a chance. Defensively, they know what they're doing. And we talked about off the top of the show that this team had trouble scoring in the spring. But their defense was really good. They weren't getting blown out of any matches. So they lost a couple of overtimes. They had a few ties last year. They just had trouble finding the back of the net. So they'll battle you, and that's what we've seen in the first 25 minutes of this match. No score yet here at Hibner Stadium. So wish them all the best of luck. We thought with this being the first event of the year, good chance for us to get out of the studio and come out and watch something.
They were really excited, too, that we were going to be here, that they got to come in studio. They thought that was really cool. So an awesome platform to be able to showcase, again, not just football, but all of our sports here at Nebraska.
Our student station on campus, KRNU, does broadcast the games. We distribute that through the network. Let's listen in a few seconds here.
The break, Teresa Fontenot from South Dakota with a great challenge to thwart that attack, but Nebraska still getting attacks going forward. It just seems like they have been throwing everybody forward. They're getting attack after attack, and here they are again just before the break, almost getting through. And while we're at the break, I think we have to talk about that opportunity for Nebraska with Eleanor Dale in front of goal.
They've gone to the water break that I was telling people about, so there is a break in the action. We're just over 20 minutes left in the first half, so they played 25 minutes.
We're in the cool air conditioning. We don't need a water break.
That's exactly, but they do. It is really hot. I don't know what the real field temperature is. I think it's probably close to 100 degrees, so I'm glad that they do that. That's a nice safety precaution I guess the real feel is only 91. What are they doing taking a break, Jessica? It's only 91 out there. Come on.
But first time out there, I'm just getting acclimated to it. But it's just exciting to see some competition going on. First athletic competition of the 21-22 athletic year. So it's exciting.
That's good. All right, we're going to take a break. When we come back, Matt Coatney is going to join us. We'll talk women's basketball. Their non-conference schedule finally dropped today. We'll get Coatney's take on that coming up next.
The game isn't just about winning or losing. It's about the snacks they share after they've used up all their energy in the field. It's the early morning practice before school and staying late after to get a couple more kicks in. It's the pride they feel for their team and the determination to always keep improving. Sure, the game isn't always about winning or losing, but when they've won the big game and celebration is in full swing, there's only one thing left for you to do. Get them home safe. Buckle up and back. Paid for by NDOT Highway Safety Office.
Hit us up on the text line. Text 402-413-2400 with your Husker thoughts.
Stadium seats may have been replaced with recliners. Tailgates outside the stadium may have been swapped for the ones in the backyard. And thousands of screaming fans have been replaced by one screaming baby. The only thing that hasn't changed is us, watching the game together.
It's game time, baby.
Show off your Husker team spirit during your next virtual watch party. Visit Cox.com/Huskers to take a selfie with Herbie. And don't forget to share. Watch together, cheer together, take a selfie together, even if you're not actually together. Cox, bringing us closer.
Did you ever buy something and get more? More than you expected? Emeritus offers insurance, employee benefits, and financial services. But we deliver so much more. The comfort of a human voice when you need it. The confidence of flashing a beautiful smile, the relief that your family can keep living the life they love, the serenity of knowing you've planned well and can enjoy life. That's what we really deliver. We call it fulfilling life. Emeritus, insurance, employee benefits, financial services, and much more.
So, when do you think you'll be done with our kitchen renovation?
Well, ma'am, the Italian marble countertops will take a while to get in.
No problem. In the meantime, you can start on the spiral staircase.
What?
If you win Mega Millions from the Nebraska Lottery with a jackpot that starts in the millions in drawings Tuesdays and Fridays, you can afford to go a little mega.
So you want us to build a spiral staircase?
Well, how else are we supposed to get up to the helipad? Oh, good. My husband's home.
Top prize odds 1 in 302 million.
Shop with confidence at Woodhouse and experience the difference. Start and end your car buying journey online with our streamlined sales process. Our knowledgeable sales teams will guide you to the perfect vehicle that exceeds your expectations. Visit one of our 16 locations for a test drive today or online anytime at woodhouse.com. Streamlining your car buying experience. This is Woodhouse.
From the University of Nebraska-Lincoln, I'm journalism student Grace Fitzgibbon with Campus News. On May 7th and 8th, Nebraska celebrated its largest May graduating class in university history. 3,594 degrees were awarded to Nebraska graduates in ceremonies at Pinnacle Bank Arena and Memorial Stadium. Along with receiving their diplomas, graduates also heard inspiring speeches from notable Nebraskans, including legendary coach Tom Osborne.
Still waiting for your stimulus check? Don't wait for the government. Get the SOS stimulus package right now. For a limited time, get $2,000 off a qualifying York system. York products are all proudly made in the USA. Call SOS, a trustworthy company since 1950. SOS is a family-owned third-generation company. Get you and the loved ones comfortable again with SOS.
SOS to the rescue. SOS. SOS.
We're back, Sports Nightly, here on a Wednesday night. Greg Sharpe, Jessica Coody with you. We're out at Hibner Stadium watching some Husker soccer and delighted to be joined now on our Sports Nightly hotline by Matt Coatney. Coat, we've asked you to wear a lot of hats here in the network. I don't think we've asked you to call soccer, though. I don't think that's one of the things you've done for us. Coat, you with us? Hang on a minute. Trying to get him locked into the system here. Matt Coatney, you with us?
Got nothing here.
All right.
There we go.
Try to get you plugged into the system. Going to get Matt. I hear Matt, but he can't hear us right now. So we'll get that. Oh, South Dakota. Ooh, got a nice save. They had a little ball action in the box. We picked it up and got it out of there. So we'll work on getting Coatney locked in here. We're out here at Hibner Stadium watching the Huskers in South Dakota, the first of 2 exhibition matches here tonight, or here this week. They'll play North Dakota State on Friday, 7:05. Both matches are free. Good crowd out here tonight. Concession stands are open. I see some hot dogs, some popcorn, some bottles of water in the fans. You got to water. You got to hydrate out here. Even if you're a fan, you got to keep yourself hydrated for this.
This is an awesome place to work today, right? I mean, we're talking on the radio, but we're watching a soccer game at the same time. We normally have the TVs on, and here we are in person watching.
I got distracted. We almost had a goal. I'm like, what? Something's happening down here.
You're looking at the hot dogs and the popcorn.
Yeah, they're coming up the stands. I'm like, bring one to me.
You keep bringing up the hot dogs and popcorn. Can somebody bring Greg some concession stand food?
Oh, no, they probably will now. Somebody probably will bring that up here. First Husker athletic event of this school year with this match tonight, and then they'll play again, and then the red-white scrimmage will be for volleyball a week from Saturday at the Devaney Center. John Cook met with the media just a little bit ago after their 4th practice session in 2 days, and he talked about how competitive, I guess, it's already been.
Yeah, he said that there could be 3 middle blockers that could play today if there was a match, and then when Lauren Siverns gets back in the mix, that competition is going to be fierce, which we said. I mean, that team is loaded for bear, and they have so much talent, and we've been talking about the battles on some of these other sports. I mean, nowhere more competitive than over there in Devaney this preseason.
Yeah, it's been tough.
I hear people now.
Matt Coatney,
there we go.
Are you hearing us, Coat?
Hello. Hey. Hello, Houston. Hey, are you guys at the gantry? Are you guys in the gantry at Hibner Stadium? I watch a lot of Premier League soccer. They call the press box the gantry. Is that where you guys are?
Yeah,
we're in the gantry.
I did not know that. See, I said you've worn a lot of hats for us, but I don't think we've ever asked you to call soccer.
I would love. My son is the biggest Manchester United fan ever, and Jeff Grease used to be my broadcast partner. Used to travel with John Walker and the soccer team. Bring it on! I would love it.
Well, we brought you on to talk about this non-conference schedule, which we finally saw today. What was your thoughts about that?
I think it's a great schedule for this Nebraska team. I think there's some opportunities to get some good net wins. You know, we're not talking RPI anymore. I think it's also a good schedule to get some of these young freshmen, 5 freshmen, some experience. Very excited about the opener against Maine. If anybody has followed women's basketball for a long time, the Maine program has had great coaches such as Sharon Versup, who's at Purdue. She used to be at Maine. Joanne P. McCauley, longtime coach at Duke, and Michigan State was there. And they won the America East regular season last year, 17-3. They may be as tough a non-conference opponent as Nebraska is going to see. It's going to probably be a noontime start on that Tuesday afternoon with a life skills event. Before that, we've done that before, and it's such a great atmosphere to get things kicked off. I'm also very excited about playing Creighton. Nebraska owes Creighton, Greg. They've got 4 of their top 5 scorers back, but Temi Sarda, thank goodness, has graduated. That'll be a good one. And then get to go back to San Diego and see my dear friend Cindy Fisher, who was an assistant here about 18 years ago at Nebraska. She's been at San Diego for 17 years, and it's going to be tough. Drexel was the champions of the CAA last year. And then potential second-round matchup either with the Toreros or Fresno State. People who've been following women's basketball know Fresno State for their TikTok video. The twins, the Cavender twins, Haley Cavender, the Mountain West Player of the Year last year, and her twin sister, Hannah. I mean, they can do more than do TikTok videos. Wake Forest in the Big Ten ACC Challenge on the road. I've never been there, so that's pretty exciting for me. And they made the NCAA tournament for the first time in 31 years last year. And then we've got that weird situation where you take a week off to start Big Ten play. You play 2 games and then come back to take on Indiana State, Drake, and, of course, they've got a new coach since Jenny Baranczyk. Jessica left Norman. Jenny Baranczyk went to Norman. That's how I think that went off. And then a really speaking of the Mountain West, Wyoming, who won the Mountain West postseason title and advanced the NCAA tournament, finishes the non-conference schedule on December 22. So I think it's a great schedule. especially for 5 freshmen, sprinkled in with some really, really quality opponents. And the good news is we're exactly 90 days away. So let's get it going.
Love that. Matt, I feel like we're going to be besties because I love me some women's hoops. We're going to talk a lot of women's hoops, I feel like.
You know, I think a lot of people thought in a previous life I was a women's basketball player, since I've been involved in women's basketball since I have been part of women's basketball since the first year it was sanctioned as an NCAA sport. So let's talk women's hoops all you want, Jessica. I'd be happy to do that.
Matt Coatney's with us here on Sportsline, breaking down a long anticipated. We were waiting for that schedule, Coach, for a long time. I'm certainly glad it dropped out today.
Yeah, I think really they were kind of waiting on the Creighton game. I don't know why it is. You know, that's a game that, you know, we can tell you in 10 years is going to be on the schedule. But I think because the schools know it's going to get played, they fill in every other game, and then they have to squeeze in instead of just saying, well, we'll put that on the schedule, because they know they can kind of work around it. Most of this schedule, I will tell you that Fresno State, a relatively late add to that San Diego tournament. We thought George Mason was going to be in there. My dear friend Nyla Millicent just left there. They've got a new coach at George Mason, so I thought we were going to see them, but Fresno State will be out there. And then Margaret Richards, I should mention, former Husker Margaret Richards, the head coach at Alabama A&M. They'll be coming back here for the second time in 3 years. Nobody enjoys being an alumni of Nebraska than Margaret Richards, and so it'll be great to see her when she comes back. That's another highlight of that schedule.
I know they've got a lot of pieces they're really excited about, but getting to practice a little bit over the summer, have you got a sense of feel for how those summer workouts have gone? They're on a break now, but before they come back and dive back into preseason, how much they were able to get accomplished over the summer?
I think they got a lot accomplished over the summer. And, you know, one of the things, you know, Amy Williams allowed Ruby Porter to stay in Australia. She kind of told me the story of, you know, when Ruby went home, they put her in quarantine at the town where the airport was. So she still had a pretty significant trip across Australia 14 days after she landed. So she didn't really get to even spend time with her family once she landed. So they were without Ruby for a little bit. But I think they have done an exceptional amount of work, especially in trying to integrate people like Allison Leidner and Kendall Moriarty. I look at Alexis Markowski and I drool, because she does not look like what a 13th grader looks like in the summer before her freshman year. She looks like she came through the door ready to dance. So the sense I have is they've been, knock on wood, relatively healthy. Trinity Brady's still recovering from the lower body injury from last year. But other than that, this is a team that has a lot of good chemistry, and I think the depth is going to be something that's how Amy Williams wants to play. And, you know, last year, at times the Huskers were down to 7, even 6 players at times. The depth on this team is not just, you know, warm bodies. These are quality individuals, and you're not going to lose much when you go to the bench, and then it's going to be a lot of competition to see who plays. But I really expect, you know, a lot out of Sam Hyde this year. She was in the top 15 in the Big Ten scoring, rebound, and assist. You can do that. You're a 5-tool player, and trying to see what she can do with Izzy Bourne, who emerged as a star last year. And then you have Alexis Markowski, and then you have all the people who are back, along with Ashley Scoggin, who, you know, can probably be more of a three-point shooter this year since we have more point guard options. And I watch him in practice, and I'm like, you know, Jessica and Greg, the one thing I look at when I watch practice is speed of practice. You know, are you having to slow down, or are you having to think about it, or are you going fast? And I think the team can go faster, and they will, but they're going pretty fast right now, and that says something for a group that has 5 freshmen.
Coach, you mentioned 90 days for tip-off. We're a lot closer to the start of the football season. What did you make of the little red overall uniforms that Nebraska apparently is going to wear this year, huh? What do you think of that?
Okay, so 2 things that made my phone blow up this summer. One, people congratulating me on my daughter getting married, and another one asking me, is that for real? Okay? I have answered more overall questions than the producer of Hee Haw has. Okay? I'm not anti-overall. I just want to make sure. I have a lot of friends who wear a lot of overalls. It's not what I really go to. I'm more of a T-shirt and shorts kind of guy. But, you know, look, hey, anytime we're talking about football, that's great. You know, I have always been on the side of, you know, I love the traditional uniforms. You know, if we're having fun with it, that's great. The alternates, whatever. But I think, look, let's play some games. You know, I mean, let me just ask you guys this. How many calls will we get on Big Red Reaction in 2.5 weeks about overalls? That's the big question, right?
You just might get that done. Well, Coat, we appreciate you coming on. We'll have to just kind of maybe make you do a soccer match at some point in time just so you can check that off your box.
Hey, if you've heard my three-point call, you know in a previous life I was a Spanish language soccer announcer. Me and Andres Cantor, we're the same guy, okay? Believe me.
Very good. Coat, we appreciate it. Thank you so much.
All right. Take care, guys.
There he is, Matt Coatney, joining us, breaking down that women's non-conference schedule, which came out today. Again, 8 home games for everybody to go watch that team play. And there's going to be some high expectations for that squad as they get their season underway. Matt joined us on our Sports Nightly Hotline, brought to you by the Woodhouse Auto Family, bringing you more choices in brands, locations, and service. Experience the difference. Purchase with confidence. This is Woodhouse. Just under 6 minutes left first half. No score. Been some pretty good action. It's been physical. The two teams are battling pretty hard. Both teams have had scoring chances in the first half, but so far a 0-0 game out here at Hibner Stadium. We're back to put a bow on this show. Still time if you want to join us with a call or a text, 402-413-2400. More Sports Nightly coming up.
As the official bank of Husker Nation, FNBO invites you to take the game with you with the free Husker Visa debit card. Tied to your checking account, the Husker Visa debit card allows fans to show their Husker pride all year long. Get your free Husker Visa debit card today at any FNBO branch or visit fnbo.com/Huskers. FNBO, the official bank of Husker Nation. Member FDIC.
From vintage sneakers to bacon-scented soap to water fountains for your pet, all can be had with a few simple clicks. Problem is, you never really know what you're going to get until they show up at your door. Introducing Ford Blue Advantage. It's used car buying that's built for you. Not only can you shop for used vehicles online, in person, or both, you can also test drive before you buy, so you know exactly what you're getting. Plus, get history reports, vehicle inspections, Ford warranties, and the expertise of factory-trained techs. Visit FordBlueAdvantage.com today.
There's no better way to support your Huskers than becoming a season ticket holder. And a limited number of Nebraska football season tickets are on sale now. Secure your seat in Memorial Stadium for head coach Scott Frost's fourth season at the helm as the Huskers play host to Buffalo, Michigan, Ohio State, Iowa, and more. Now is your chance to become part of the storied tradition that is Husker football. To purchase season tickets, call 1-800-8-BIG-RED.
From the University of Nebraska-Lincoln, I'm journalism student Grace Fitzgibbon with Campus News. Nebraska is one of the best schools in America for student Fulbright scholars. 2021 marks the fourth time that the university has been named a top producing institution by the Fulbright program. Of the 30 Huskers who applied this past year, 10 were offered the prestigious Fulbright. An additional 16 Huskers were named semifinalists.
Buckle up, put that phone down. It's a reminder from the NDOT Highway Safety Office. Greg Sharpe Jessica Coody back on location tonight out at Hibner Stadium watching some soccer. They're nearing the end of the first half. No score. Huskers in South Dakota. First of 2 exhibition matches out here this week. Both free to the public. Nice little crowd out here tonight watching the Huskers.
I hate to even say this, but we're in the press box. I'm kind of getting a little chilly.
I know.
It's like we got the AC cranked, but I mean, it was warm out there earlier when the sun was up, but it's been a competitive battle, and I feel like if for both teams, this is what you want in an exhibition game, to really get challenged and pushed and see where your team is at.
You've probably seen the commercials Fansville, right, that Dr. Pepper has put on during college football seasons the last few years. You probably have seen that a time or two, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Brian Bosworth, the old Oklahoma Sooner linebacker, was the sheriff. Eddie George was a part of those commercials. Well, Clemson quarterback DJ Uiagalelei has now signed on with NIL to give his name, image, likeness. I'm not quite sure what they're going to have him do, but it looks like a pretty lucrative deal. So there's Clemson's quarterback And Clemson obviously in the top 5 in the preseason poll that came out earlier this week. They've not released a financial agreement with that, but that's a pretty big deal that he's got there.
A lot of quarterbacks making a lot of cash on this
Yeah,
deal.
not surprising, right? I mean, you had Nick Saban say his quarterback was approaching 7 figures. I'm not sure we've heard really what he's doing, but this one at least we know with Clemson's quarterback, he's going to be a part of that Fansville campaign that they've had the last couple of years.
Which is kind of crazy to me that he's already getting a big deal when it's been about Trevor Lawrence. I mean, it's not like he is Trevor Lawrence yet. You know what I mean?
Correct. Good player. Had to play last year a couple games when Trevor got hurt and did some decent things, kept their season alive.
But isn't like he won the Heisman yet,
Nope,
you know?
exactly.
And getting those kinds of deals. But that goes to show you what people believe in Clemson and their quarterback right there.
They said that he filmed the commercial during a 2-hour shoot in the lobby of a Clemson area hotel while wearing a nondescript logoless orange jersey. So he didn't have his full Clemson attire on that, but did take a shoot there. Matt Coatney referenced the players at Fresno State. It's a set of twins, right?
Yep.
And they've got big-time bucks coming their way.
Yeah, and they're big on TikTok, but they average like 21 and 20 points a game.
So
they're good players.
Yeah.
They can shoot the lights out of the gym. They're in the gym all the time, and they've got a big following. And yeah, they've been fun to watch. But a lot of it though is, are you a good player? It's not just because they're good on TikTok, but they can get it done on the basketball court as well. So a lot of these players that are getting these big deals, yes, they are. They can also play at a high level on whatever their competition is, so that they can capitalize on that.
We told you earlier in the week that De'Aaron King, the quarterback of Miami for the U, he signed a deal with the Florida Panthers, which is an NHL franchise, to make some appearances for them and show up at some events promoting NHL hockey in the Miami area. So you're right. Kind of the bigger deals we've seen, at least as it relates to football, have been the quarterbacks. Not surprising.
Oh, we got a score.
Oh,
goal.
Look at the halftime clock.
At 10 seconds. Wow.
Huskers scored, and I did not see who scored, but they scored with 10 seconds left in the half.
I saw some people standing up over here, and we were
shot
cheering.
/ cross, whatever it is.
There we
She's
go.
not going to care. She whips that ball in, and it just finds the top left corner. Abby Schwartz, take a bow. An incredible finish from her there as she celebrates.
Nice stop. There's KRNU, the student
Love
broadcast
that.
of that. So Abby Schwartz, who is a freshman from Bennington, Nebraska, so went to Roncalli.
There you go.
Congratulations. She gets the first goal in the exhibition. Again, this isn't regular season, but Huskers with 10 seconds left in the half break the scoreless tie, and they'll take a 1-0 lead into the halftime.
That's a lot of momentum.
Cool.
You know, if that was a real game, how big is that momentum-wise for a team that scored the goal and kind of take the wind out of the sails for the team that's kind of held you scoreless the whole time?
Good for her. Fantastic. So
And a freshman. Let's go. Her
That's
debut
really cool.
out here at Hibner, getting in the goal.
Good for her. A little freshman from Bennington. So
They love the
congratulations.
freshmen out
Yes,
here.
they
So
do. Yeah. Absolutely. Well, it's been fun. It's been great to come out here. If you've not been to Hibner Stadium, it's a terrific venue for college soccer. It really is. A couple concession stands. They've got nice bathrooms here.
there's the concession stands again.
Am I fixated on that? You think or not?
That's like the fifth time you brought up the concession stands and hot dogs.
Great press box, right? I mean, it's our little
It is
booth, so
awesome.
that's been
Yeah.
good.
We can be loud, and we don't have to worry about interrupting anybody else. So
No doubt. All right, tomorrow night on the program, we will wrap up our position breakdowns. Mike Dawson, who we had on earlier to talk about the outside linebackers, we'll have him on tomorrow night to talk about special teams. We'll hear about the kickers, what that competition has been looking like from Coach Dawson. They've not yet named the punter. They've not yet named the kickoff specialist. We do know Connor Culp will be the field goal and PAT kicker, but we'll get into that conversation with Mike Dawson tomorrow night here on the program. We'll have some other things for you here on the show as well. This has been fun.
yes, thanks to everybody for making this happen. This has been awesome. The first one in the books, and it's awesome.
Very cool. 1-0 Huskers at the half. Thanks to Jessica, to Mike, to Andrew, and everybody for being a part of this one. Enjoy the rest of your evening. We're back again tomorrow night.
Experience the highest levels of luxury at Woodhouse Lincoln, the Metro's exclusive Lincoln dealer. Our dedicated sales team is ready to guide you to your perfect vehicle. With a lineup of unique crossovers and SUVs, Lincoln offers insightful technologies, connectivity, and interior amenities, while you experience the highest sales satisfaction among all luxury brands. Visit Woodhouse Lincoln at 144th and Giles Road or online at woodhouselincoln.com.
Does it really matter where beef comes from? Meet the facts. Fact: Hy-Vee Choice Reserve beef comes from the Midwest, so you get only the highest quality beef raised on family farms here in the heartland. Where do the other guys get their beef? We're not sure either. Get the facts at meetthefacts.hyvee.com.
From the University of Nebraska-Lincoln, I'm journalism student Grace Fitzgibbon with Campus News. A new grant from the U.S. Department of Agriculture is supporting Husker research in the study of multi-robot systems in ag settings. The almost $500,000 grant was awarded through the USDA's National Institute of Food and Agriculture to Professor Santosh Pitla. Pitla and his team will use the funds to further their research in the use of unmanned ground vehicles and drones on the farm.
A DUI is everything you didn't prepare for. You did not save for it. You did not train for it. You did not go to school for it. You did not raise your family or buy a house or get a job for it. It is not your life goal or a dream come true. You have planned for everything in your life. You did not plan for a DUI. Get a ride. A DUI costs more than you think.
Brought to you by the NDOT Highway Safety Office.
From the University of Nebraska-Lincoln, I'm journalism student Grace Fitzgibbon with Campus News. With a combination of strong academics and affordability, UNL offers an excellent educational value. This year, the university was named one of the Princeton Review's best value colleges. And the new Nebraska Promise and Career Scholarship programs are connecting more hardworking Huskers with financial help so they can pursue their dreams.